Listen, I got stand-up dates coming, okay? ChrisDComedy.com. We just put a big one on sale today, October 23rd, the Fox Theater, Foxwoods, Connecticut. It's my first big theater, 1,000-seater, baby. So go to ChrisDComedy.com. Get those tickets for the October 23rd Foxwoods date. Right now, today, to the end of today, if you use the pre-sale code FOX5, you can get tickets early. They're selling very quickly. October 23rd, and then we got Providence in July, Eatontown, New Jersey in August, Nashville in October. We got September dates, November. We're in Boston. We're all over the place. ChrisDComedy.com. Thank you so much. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Chrissy Chaos. Guest Tim Dillon today, folks.
Yeah, and here's my problem with you. No, I'm kidding, but that's sometimes fun to jump in.
Well,
beef.
Well, here's what's going to happen. Well, what's going to happen is somebody's going to jump in. Jasmine, AKA Vinny, we call on the show. She's going to jump in and tell her problem with you because you left cigarette butts on the floor yesterday. And she's like, what?
I feel bad about that.
Vin, get in here and talk about the cigarette butts.
I'm so sorry, but I wanted to give her something to do. You know, it's very tough when you don't have anything to do.
Well,
I feel bad about that. You don't have help here?
Yeah.
You don't have a maid? You're living good. There's no maid? There's nothing. I mean...
Well, that's why I asked her to
have an ashtray for gas. I know nobody smokes anymore. This is the problem. Nobody smokes anymore. Right. Smokers are treated worse than like pedophiles.
Yes.
And you can't smoke anywhere, and you know. But I did try to hide them, but she found them.
No. Yeah, no. She found them, and I'm telling you, she tried to smoke some of them, and she said to me, we need a cleaning aid out here. I said, well, that's why I've been asking your sister and your mom to fly out.
Yeah.
Because they need.
Yeah, just tell them it's a holiday.
They would love it. Are you
vacations.
Kidding me? Are you kidding me? They would go crazy on the guest house in this place.
Yeah.
You were telling me before that LA's back.
I think it's back. You know, there's a lot of people out. And people, I think by July, you know, New York's opening full, no masks. LA will probably follow suit. There's just a lot of people here. There's a lot of people in New York. Austin doesn't have a lot of people, so you don't really. It's got 1 million people. There's 18 million in LA.
18 million.
15 million in New York.
Yes.
It's a different.
Not counting the Chinese.
So right, that's true.
Because they're here a lot of illegally, but there's many more.
Yes, many more, and they enrich the economy, and we thank them.
We thank them. Especially, I'd like to shout out the good community of Bay Ridge, where I'm from. Yeah. They are keeping so far the Chinese out.
It afloat.
Yeah.
White people don't have any money. They're all trying to do podcasts about basketball. Yeah. But the reality is the Chinese are doing good. No, it's going to come back. And yes, there will be crime.
Sure.
And people crawl in your window and things like that. And in the state of California will not prosecute them after they've killed you.
Yes.
But at that point, it doesn't matter anyway.
Doesn't matter.
And you said New York, somebody got shot at Peter Luger's.
Somebody got shot at Peter yesterday, 2 outdoor diners.
It should have been the chef because it really has struggled. It struggled. And that was an iconic place. But like anything else, it got fat and happy. It got lazy.
Right.
And it's just not putting out the kind of food that they used to put out.
Yeah, so somebody was killed.
2 diners wounded during shooting at Brooklyn's Peter Luger's.
Peter Luger's right outdoor. And it's interesting because here's the thing.
Yeah.
I would always think if somebody gets shot at Peter Luger's, I thought the waitstaff would shoot back because these guys are all criminals. This is a mafia place.
Imagine doing outdoor dining and complaining and not knowing really what was coming next. Like being like, man, this kind of sucks. We got to sit out here. Where our fucking, and then you just get a bullet through you.
Right through you.
And you're like, oh, I didn't even know what the problems were.
Well, the interesting thing is that at least the media's reporting this. You have to report something like this. But my friends, here's the thing about, and Tim, you're a New York guy. I'm sure it's the same thing. You know a lot of people in law enforcement, but you also know some criminals.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to hear, how, let's just say New York is from, I know some NYPD people. They're like, the media's cherry picking stories.
Right.
Some things are not as bad as they say. Like I told the story last week, but it was just interesting. And again, who knows if my friend's even right or not, but he was saying, hey, an elderly Asian person got beat up on the streets of New York last week. He's like, that's horrible. It made the front page of the paper. It sucks. He's like, but what they don't tell you is that 7 other elderly people were also beat up in New York City that day. One of them was killed, but none of that gets on the media. He was like, New York is not really as bad as they say.
I think the question really becomes, are all of those elderly people blameless?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like, and it's true. Like, did any of the, because I don't want to be ageist, and I don't want to think that they can't be a threat.
Right.
Like, because that's ageism.
Right.
So what you're doing is being ageist.
Right.
I like to think of elderly people as all potential threats.
Yes.
That they could have started that problem.
100%.
And maybe they just didn't finish it.
For example, my father did it. My father did a quick episode on the Patreon yesterday. He's 76 years old, and he just got the vaccine, and people are championing that. And I said, well, you know, my father still calls black people coloreds. So does he deserve to live?
Yeah. Well, you should have to take a test before you get the vaccine to see how woke you are.
Yeah.
And if you're worth keeping on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Because we just vaccinated everyone over 65. We just vaccinated a lot of racists. We kept a lot of racism alive. Truly, that's what we did.
100%, because that's what I've been saying. It's like, you know, my grandpa's racist. People are racist. But yes, we're keeping them alive. And what can you do? I mean, here's another. Jack Harlow. There was another who's a huge Homeless Pimp's a huge fan of Jack Harlow. Somebody got shot.
Every white guy under the age of 27 is a massive fan of Jack Harlow.
Yeah.
They love Jack. And I like Jack Harlow. I have no issue with Jack Harlow.
No issue with Jack Harlow. Yeah, he's good. What's poppin'?
They want to be him. They want to be him.
They want to be him.
They all want to be a rapper.
Right.
That's what they want to be. And I get it. They want to be a rapper.
Right.
And they want to hang out with basketball players and have chicks all over. I get it.
Pimp, out of the three, Jack Harlow, G-Eazy, Lil Dicky, who's the best rapper?
Lil Dicky.
Lil Dicky by a long shot. Okay.
Yeah.
Pimp's heavy in the rap game.
Yeah.
So
well, good for him. I go old school there.
Me too.
Is anyone better than Nas in that group? Is anyone better than some of the old school, you know?
They'll never be.
They'll never be. No, dude, even
Is anybody like Jay-Z or fucking
but that's
Cameron?
The old school rappers are just better. Like even Silk the Shocker, who was horrifying, who was a horrible rapper, is probably better than some of these new age white rappers.
You know, like Jadakiss. I grew up with real music.
Jadakiss is the best.
My father and mother used to play Jadakiss around the house.
I was conceived.
They loved the Locks. My father and mother loved the Locks. They were just an Irish Catholic family, and they loved the Locks.
They loved the Locks, yeah.
And I just grew up with like going to concerts. Like I remember we went to the United Palace, which was a theater in Harlem, and we saw Jadakiss, Noriega, Styles P, Foxy Brown, and Styles P had that song "I Get High." Everybody was just smoking weed. Like, those were good times.
You were mommy. That was a family
outing.
Like
rap concerts in the middle of it, they tell you to vote.
Yeah, no.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine? Does anything feel less cool in the middle of a concert? People being like, "Are you registered?" It's like, what?
No, dude.
Do you have a voting plan?
Could you imagine?
What?
Could you imagine, like a Jay-Z concert or like a freaking R.I.P. DMX concert?
Yeah.
They put out a video of Greta Thunberg.
Yeah. I don't want that.
No.
I don't want that.
I don't want to see. Whatever happened to Greta, too, by the way? She got canceled.
Well,
she's out. She's out.
She fell off.
There's a new kid.
So somebody got shot at the Harlow concert.
At the Jack Harlow concert. Pimp, what are you saying? Was this person killed in the Jack Harlow concert? What is he saying?
Deadly.
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
It was in Kentucky, and it's a shooting in a small club, so...
Interesting. And he was on stage at the time.
Yep.
Wow.
And then what happened?
Yeah. Well,
there's just video of him fleeing, but this happens all the time in the rap world.
Well, that's the thing, too. It's like, I'd run, too. I'm not going to say Jack Harlow's a pussy for running. If somebody started shooting shots on one of my comedy shows, I would run right off stage and let the front row get murdered.
And like we were saying before, like, gang members have been quarantined, too. They got to go back to work.
That's absolutely true.
No, they 100% need to go. And Vinny's been quarantined for a long time, too. She's popping off. She wants to fist fight the owner of this Airbnb. So it's getting to the point now where she hasn't gotten in a scuffle in a while. And here she is coming in. Vin, I told him, what do you have to say to Tim about the cigarette butts on the floor?
I didn't mean to, but the
reality. I was just gonna let you know about the cute little butts that I found.
I didn't mean to. You know what it is?
Yeah.
I want everyone to have something to do.
Yeah.
And I wanted everybody to have.
Well, here's why she was mad. Oh, Vin.
You got an ashtray?
She got an ashtray. Well, here's why.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
I'm a scumbag. Nobody smokes anymore. I'm the only person I'm the only scumbag left in America. Thank you so much. Nobody smokes, but where I grew up, people tend to have a butt. I apologize.
Well, here's the thing. I think the real reason she got mad is because her son, because our 11-year-old stepson Tristan started smoking because he misses his father.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I do apologize for that. It's
But you're all right with it.
I know. I was like, ugh, he's coming here again.
Yeah.
No,
I know.
No. Here's the, no,
But
Tim,
that's
here's
why I
the thing.
bring food. I brought like $500 worth of food, and
No.
the reason that insulates
No.
me from all my
Here's
mistakes.
the thing, Tim. Here's
You
the
know
thing,
what?
Tim.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
It does a little bit.
Tim,
You
let me
have two more.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's
No,
fair.
here's
That's
the
fair.
thing. Here's the thing, Tim. Is it's very fortunate because Jasmine, Vinny really likes you because some of my friends she doesn't like anymore.
No,
but she
it's
really
great.
likes
well,
you.
And that's weird because they also brought stuff. Anyway, so they were very generous. But the thing is, it's generous of spirit.
Yeah.
And think of others. But but no, I hooked you up with some good Italian food.
Oh, the best.
Chef Dom. If you are in LA and you want to eat Italian food, go to Domenico's with Chef Dom Di Bartolomeo.
Yeah, great. Sal Volcano, good friend of Sal Volcano's childhood friend.
Childhood friend.
You know Sal Volcano from the podcast we do, Hey
Yeah, I
Babe,
feel
which
like
I know some
Dom-
of the fans of the podcast don't love.
I feel bad for Dom because I feel like he should have been in the mob, but he would have had a restaurant. I feel like he's like straight. Like I feel like he like
yeah. Here's the thing: if you're friends with one of the Impractical Jokers, you're most likely not in the mob. It's one or the other.
Yeah, that's
you know what
true.
I mean?
That's true. Are the five families still happening? They are.
So according to
They gotta be.
According to my father, who was on the episode yesterday.
Yeah.
He's saying. In a small way, yes, but they operate online. Like every other business, the mob
Interesting.
has went onto the internet.
They're just dogpiling on Twitter.
Yeah.
They're just they're shaming
well, no,
people.
what the actual new Mafia racket is of course online gambling and betting like that.
Right.
But they also are doing things where some of these Saudi Arabian or Russian. You all right? Some of these Saudi Arabian or Russian Twitter bots that are being made are actually being made by Mafia companies that are financing some of this stuff.
Hilarious.
So some of this online stuff you're seeing is actually organized crime. So say what you will about the Mafia, but if you ever listen to who's the guy who Chaz Palminteri is doing his podcast, Michael Francese.
That guy.
Michael-
that
Yeah.
guy. He just talks and
Yes.
like the mob now. Literally,
Yes.
nobody. There's no.
Yeah.
They just want to all be on Netflix.
That's what it is. Well, Francese started this podcast 9 months ago. He's already got 600,000 subscribers on YouTube. I mean,
Yeah.
he's making more money. The amount of Magic Spoon he's selling is crazy.
But isn't he just ratting?
So again, what my father was saying is that that's kind of a sign that it's no more
Yeah.
because it can't be if the Mafia was still alive, then they wouldn't have podcasts. They'd be dead.
Right.
So since they're not dead and they're flourishing, it must be
It's
something
over.
going on.
Every big mob guy that gets popped goes to Arizona and sells ecstasy.
Yeah.
And they open a strip
Well, dude,
club. That's literally every
how
single
about this?
one.
How about this? You ready for this? A year and a half ago, this was all over the news. The mob boss of, I believe it was the Gambino crime family. So basically, the newer John Gotti
Correct. Yeah.
was killed outside of his driveway. Okay. And they thought that it was a Mafia hit. They thought there was going to be new Mafia turmoil in New York. One of my friends, who was a detective, happened to be working that case and told us the kid, what happened was he was an employee. The kid who wound up murdering the mob boss was an employee of this man's cement mixing company. All the Mafias are in the cement. And he was working for him. And one day the mob boss and his niece come to the work site. And he thinks his niece is beautiful. So the worker says to the boss, "Hey, I'd like to take your niece out for a date." And he goes, "Listen, you just mixed the fucking cement. Don't come near my family."
Right.
Rightfully so.
Right.
Get away from my niece. I'm the mob boss of the Gambino crime family. So that kid goes crazy, says, "Fuck this guy." Had no idea he was even in the Mafia. Goes to his house, rings his bell, shoots him dead in the driveway. They said when they told that kid, "Do you know who you just murdered?" And he goes, "Who?" Yeah, he goes, "Yeah, my boss from the construction company." He goes, No, that's the boss of the Gambino crime family." He had no idea.
He had no idea
what to do. He said they was like, "White as a ghost," and he was like, "How can I make this better?" And they were like, "Witness protection. You have to. You and your family." He said they had to.
Wait a minute, but he's still a murderer.
No. He's going to jail. His family now. I meant to say he's in prison. His family's in witness protection because my friend was telling me the NYPD actually had to negotiate with the crime families, some of the crime family bosses or whoever's left, and say, "Hey, please don't kill this kid's family now. We can't have bloodshed in the streets of New York anymore. He didn't know it was the mob boss. So they had to do these negotiations behind the scenes before this thing went to trial. And it's just interesting, like when you know cops, like what actually goes on, because the press can't say any of this. So like, oh.
Right. I mean, look at the story the press ran on this.
Look, yeah. March 13th, slaying of Francesco Frankie Boy Cali, a Gambino crime family underboss, was originally believed to be a mob hit. Oh, shit, my dad's... You all right?
Okay?
But
Dad almost fell down the stairs backwards, which would have been no good.
But it's saying here that he murdered him because he believed he was like some kind of QAnon thing.
Oh, really? Oh, so now this is the story then that the media
Wait a
ran.
minute, this is crazy. Gunned down Cali at an off base, believes that the mob figure was a deep state, a secret organization to take control. So the media is basically saying this guy was QAnon.
He was a QAnon.
He just wanted to get laid.
Yeah.
He just wanted to take this girl out.
But none of it's true.
Yeah, the media's like, yeah, it's QAnon.
Yeah, it's all
they just
QAnon.
wrap it up. Yeah, it's Trump. He was all right. He was Trump. He was crazy.
It had nothing to do with any of that.
So where did he live? Staten Island.
Beautiful. I think a lot of the mob guys or whatever.
They're on Staten Island.
Toad Hill. Toad Hill is if you live in Toad Hill.
Because I used to work in Tottenville.
Tottenville's beautiful, right by the water.
I used to work over there. Reliable Office Systems. Shout out to Al. And I sold photocopiers over the phone, which is a tough racket. It's not easy to pitch photocopiers. We were a Canon dealer, and we would call you up and go, we know you have 2 years left on your lease with like Ricoh, which is another company. And we'd go, let's be honest. We go, that machine. And you would talk to them like this. You'd picture people in Staten Island. You go, let's be honest, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And then the girl would be like, yeah, it's not good. It always breaks. I go, it's a piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Brass tacks, let's be honest. I said, Canon's a good machine, but it's so expensive. I understand that, but it's a good machine. And then we'd have to try to pitch them and stuff. Yeah. But I like Staten Island a lot, and a lot of the food over there is real deal, great Italian food. A kid that used to work with me in from Staten Island used to work with me at the U.S. Open. We worked for the grounds crew. Right. This kid used to work with me from Staten Island. Amazing kid, Billy. What was his last name? Jasmine, are those the egg sandwiches?
Yeah. Do you want them now?
Well, can you just put it in front of me because I like to know that I'll have it later.
But you don't want the bread, though. We said no bagel. We're going to talk. Let's just eat the bagel.
I might have to eat a little bit of the bagel.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to eat a little bit of it. I don't want to lose my modeling contract.
Do you want chili flakes or Sazon or adobo on it?
No, but do we have any ketchup?
Do we got ketchup, Jazz? She has Sazon, she said.
What is that?
That's like a Spanish spice.
What,
she puts chili
there's
shit
no
on
ketchup?
everything. No, she has ketchup.
Thank you, love. I appreciate it. I'm just trash. I like ketchup and I like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And you know what I'll do? And this is heresy, but the good Lord Donnie Trump does it too. Every night, if I have a steak and it's not great, I'll throw, and I have some ketchup for the potatoes.
Yeah.
I'll throw a little steak in that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
if
a
it's
big
not
ketchup guy.
If I'm eating great steak, I don't do it. But if I'm eating a steak and I go, yeah, this ain't great, I throw a little ketchup.
Throw a little ketchup in it. He puts ketchup on everything. So does she. She loves ketchup.
I love ketchup.
Yeah, you're gonna bring the egg sandwich in? Vin, let me ask you a question. No, I want to ask you a serious question. Put it down.
I don't want to bring them in.
What are you talking about? Why? Because you don't want. You look at her. She's beautiful. She's pregnant. You look glowing. Are you kidding me?
No, that's not true.
Don't.
You have a
She's
motherly
gorgeous,
glow.
right? Isn't she a gorgeous woman?
Women in America now are supposed to be morbidly obese. I don't know if you've seen the internet, but the goal is morbid obesity right now for all women.
And she's got
and
that.
to be proud of it and to inflict it on others.
Yes.
Truly.
Vin, I just want to ask you something into the mic. Now, Tim, Vin, born and raised in the, Sunset Park, Bay Ridge area. Real quick, I just want to know, you don't have to name names, but I just want to know, have you went on a date with or, hooked up with?
Am I going to throw this at you?
No, somebody who you think was in the Mafia, the Italian Mafia. Yes or no? If you ever went on a date with somebody, no names, who you think has been in the Italian Mafia?
You don't ask a woman that.
What do you mean I don't ask a woman that? Why?
No.
Well, have you?
We don't talk about this.
I just want to know because you've dated some tough guys.
No.
You never have? That's a lie. I can tell because your nose ring is quivering. That's a fucking lie. So
No.
How about MS-13?
I don't know what that is.
Let's go through every crime.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Is that like a Mexican thing?
It's a Salvadorian.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's not my thing.
They're little too. These
Little
people,
too. Yeah. Tim wanted
I
to
like
take.
white guys, so.
We know. Yeah. That's why you keep having children with them.
I'm not stupid.
You're not. I know. It's cha-ching. Tim wants to take TT Jerry, your Uncle TT, to the wedding to his good friend
Where
Benny.
is it, though?
No, we can't. It happened already.
It happened already, but I wanted to take TT as a guest.
As a guest.
To the wedding, because it's a very Christian wedding.
Yes.
And they were so Christian that somebody said fuck in one of the toasts, and the people in the wedding, half of them put their hands in their ears.
No.
What do you
Yeah,
honestly
they're just
think? Truly,
deeply
Tim,
Christian.
what would
They
have
get
happened
over
if you showed up with
themselves.
TT? Truly dead serious.
They're the type of polite Christians where they wouldn't say anything ever. They just would be like shocked, and they wouldn't know what's going on, and they'd be very kind. They'd be like, ha, and they would just scurry away. And then like in the car rides home, they'd be like praying. They would pray. Like in the car ride home, they would all pray.
Yeah. Pray. There you go.
No, they're like prairie Texas people.
Yeah.
And they're good people, but they're like they live on like a prairie in Texas.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I mean they're really like, you know, like salt of the earth, down home Texas people.
Texas people with TT. Texas.
Yeah.
In about a year, you can take him somewhere.
Yeah.
In
Why?
about a
Because
year.
then he gets off parole.
He has a little more like leeway. Like he can go a little further than just.
Does
New
he
York.
What did he get popped for?
Well, what were the crimes?
I mean,
It was 25 years over all different crimes. Most of it was grand larceny.
it was grand larceny.
Assaulting, and he
I mean,
kept
yeah,
getting
he
into
just
fights.
kept getting,
He cut
like,
one of the
time
inmates'
added.
dicks off with a tuna fish can.
Is that true?
He poked somebody's
Yeah.
eye out. Yeah, because you got to. He said you have to defend yourself when you're trans in
He
prison.
cut off the whole dick.
Yeah, with a tuna fish can, with a bumblebee tuna.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with TT.
You don't fuck with TT.
Yeah, there you go. So that's it.
And I would
gonna
like to tell if you told those stories at the wedding.
Yeah, no,
Like that would
That
be,
would've been-
At that
would
wedding.
yeah, that would be perfect.
he gets
for
on
me.
the mic and he has
That
something
would
to
be
say.
perfect for
That's-
me. Yeah, that would have been
well, he
perfect.
did
But you see, the thing is about my uncle, like everyone would still love him,
Yes,
even at that
he's
wedding.
very lovable.
Yes,
He's
you
very
can't
lovable.
hate TT.
No, I'm not blaming the guy that got his dick cut off.
No.
I'm like fully
Well,
on
he told
board
the
with
story,
TT.
and by the way, you could hear all these stories at patreon.com/ChristyComedy. He would put the guy every. TT told us thanks, Jazz. Every day he would come in and just put his dick over into the cell. He would just hang his flaccid penis over into the cell in front of TT and be like, "Come suck this," and he'd be like, and she'd be like, "No, I'm not interested in you."
Right.
She had a husband in jail already. She's like, I'm married.
And that you got to respect the sanctity of that.
Yes.
You have to respect the sanctity of a prison marriage.
Of a prison-
and
yeah.
that's one of the things in our society that I feel is
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Is that people don't respect
Yeah.
that enough.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that that is a bond that is formed before God
Yeah.
in a cell
Yeah.
by two people in there.
Yeah, and then at the divorce, when they got divorced, what TT did was
Why didn't it work?
it just.
Why did it not work?
Well, she shit and pissed in a Folgers coffee can, and shook it up and threw it in his face. So that's just how that ended.
No, she
Yeah.
actually threw it in the face of the person who stabbed her husband, and he got shipped off.
Oh, that's why they divorced, because he got sent to another maximum security prison.
Okay.
That's why they eventually got divorced, and then she felt she couldn't
so
trust
this
him.
prison was popping.
Popping.
Yeah, which one was it?
It was Attica, right?
Attica. Yeah, he went to the old school ones. Yeah.
And also, TT was the baddest bitch in the cell block. They called her J-Lo.
J-Lo. Yeah. He
Wow.
told me too. He told me off air. I said, we should say on the podcast. He was like, I could escape from any prison, baby. He was like, if they would have put me on Alcatraz, he was like, I would escape that too. I would have floated on my tits.
Did he escape from Attica?
No, he didn't escape, but he said he was always trying to plan an escape.
Interesting.
You know what he said that was very interesting to us? Where he's a hardened criminal. I mean, 25 years, you're
No, it
hardened.
was the greatest interview I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it was the two best interviews were the first Jordan Peterson on Rogan.
Yeah.
Because that was very interesting. He was like detailing all the stuff that was like happening. He's like, there's people called otherkin. They're called otherkin, and they think they're worms. And I'm like, wait, what? and then TT Jerry. They were like the top two.
I appreciate
that I was
it.
like,
I appreciate. Yeah, no, because he told us. He said it was very interesting because I would think hardened criminals, they don't act like this. But he was saying, dude, as soon as that door closes, you really regret every crime you committed. You realize like, oh, I am fucked. I have to now sit in prison for years of my life. He was like, even the simple things about like, he was like, for example, he was like, there was certain like they do this on purpose. He was like, there was parts of the prison like you could just barely see like a McDonald's or like in certain prisons.
Right.
He said they do that on purpose, so like you're just getting to see what the outside world looks like, but you can't, and you never will be able to. There's never a point.
But why do they do it?
Psychological. He said it's all they fuck with you psychologically every second of the day. He's like, it's not. He said there are more drugs. He said people go to prison and get hooked on drugs that weren't drug addicts on the outside.
There are people that go to prison and come out like career criminals because they've learned all these other.
Dude, it's learning. It's base camp.
How long was he in there?
25 years on and off. When I first met Vinny, she said, my uncle, she was like, you would love my TT Jerry. He just got sent to prison. And that was 7 years ago. And then he got out 3 months. He was out for maybe 48 hours. He came and sat down to the podcast. So he just immediately came.
So he went out and then would keep going back.
He would keep going back in because, he said that the drugs would get you all of a sudden. What he said, and I do believe him. I know criminals have ways of, making things up, whatever. But I really, as a member of my family, I do believe him. He said, I would only steal things because I wanted my mother to be proud of me, or I wanted to buy my mother a nice dress. I didn't have any money, so I'd go in and I'd steal the clothes I want her and my sister. He was like, I would steal clothes for Jasmine. I didn't have any money, but I wanted to give them stuff. But he said, but I would steal it.
Yeah, he's making that up a little. But but I respect that idea.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like Jean Valjean in Les Miserables. He's like, I only steal the loaf of bread to feed my daughter. It's like, maybe. But I don't know about that.
What's this? Oh, did you hear about this, Timmy?
No.
On Vice just released an article. Billion lab-grown mosquitoes are being released, and people are freaking out. So
why? I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
So this British biotech company called Oxtec is releasing 144,000 non-biting male mosquitoes, and the technology targets the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which carries dengue fever, Zika, yellow fever.
So they're releasing a mosquito to kill another mosquito.
But how they
that
do
won't go wrong.
Yeah. The only female mosquitoes, since only the female mosquitoes can bite and pass on the disease, these British biotech labs genetically modified male mosquitoes carry a self-limiting gene that is released when they mate with the female, and then they kill the female through sex.
COVID 2021. Like
it's
COVID.
Coming.
Yeah.
This is
all
terrifying.
this shit is, we think it's going to help. We hope, like, science has gotten to a place where you can do these types of things. But when the reason that, the COVID thing, if it is a lab leak, and this was a guy in Rogan saying this, and he was right. It doesn't only implicate China, it implicates us. We set up that lab in Wuhan. Like, we were exchanging like all kinds of stuff with them in terms of like, like learning about these diseases and then potentially like weaponizing them and stuff like that. It's like just the fact that we live in a world where there's high level 5 bio facilities where they're like experimenting on bio warfare is terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Just the fact that that's a world that we live in is terrifying.
But how do you, because my thought on all that stuff is I just say I can't control it. If they're going to now start releasing bioweapon mosquitoes, I'm just going to try to enjoy my life as best I can and not worry about anything. It makes me go the opposite way.
I mean, this is horrible. LA is a fucking nightmare. That's horrible.
I know, it's disgusting. I miss New York, Tim. I miss New York like you can't imagine. And I think even though the food here, some of the restaurants you've told us finally have got some good food, but the food in New York, I just...
It's good food, yeah.
I can't... It's depressing me. Like when you eat something like that, you're like... And that was $11 for an egg and cheese on a wheat bagel.
In LA, nobody eats that. See, here's the thing. You got to get avocado toast here because it's amazing.
That's what you have to get. Here's the thing. I'm looking to buy a house now. It's April. So what does that mean? Raining. There's, April Fools, and what's the big thing? Taxes. You got to pay your taxes. Nobody wants to deal with it. PolicyGenius.com just makes it all better, okay? Because what it does is it balances it out. You can consider shopping for home and auto insurance, okay? You can do that. You can shop for home and auto insurance. You can get coverage for all these things. Policy Genius, you know what they did? They saved customers $1,055 per year by reshopping their home and auto coverage. That's what they did. So if you are just sitting there and you're like, I don't like my home and auto coverage. It kind of sucks. I feel like I'm paying too much. I'm looking at my taxes at the end of the year, and I'm like, what am I doing? Policy Genius is the way to go. PolicyGenius.com. All you do is go to PolicyGenius.com. They compare rates from America's top insurers, from Progressive to Allstate, and they find you your lowest quotes. So if you go to PolicyGenius.com, you have to know 100% that whatever that number is the absolute lowest you're going to pay for home and auto insurance anywhere in the world, because PolicyGenius.com does the work for you. You will not leave their website feeling like a fool. They save the customers $1,055 per year compared to their current home and auto policies. That's a lot of money. I'm telling you, go to Policy Genius when it comes to insurance. It's nice to get it right. Get it right, get it tight. PolicyGenius.com. That's their slogan. Get it right, get it tight. PolicyGenius.com. If you want to get the lowest home and auto insurance, do it. Like I said, I'm looking to buy a house right now. I'm on PolicyGenius.com every day looking for the lowest rates. So we haven't found them yet, but baby, they're coming. PolicyGenius.com. Go there, get it right, get it tight. You got bush? You probably do have a bush. I know sometimes people like a little bush, but it's not the 1970s, okay? I like to be Chrissy Bald Eagle because I'm an American patriot. No more bush, okay? Here's how you're going to get your bush gone. You go to manscaped.com/chaos and you get exclusive 20% off discount from our good friends at Manscaped. They are literally anti-pubic hair. They remove your bush, dude. The products are life-changing. I'm telling you. From the Lawnmower 3.0, now they got the Perfect Package 3.0. A lot of you guys out there are like, why isn't my package perfect? I'm like, because you're not going to Manscaped, dude. Look at this thing. You got hair everywhere. It looks disgusting. It's hideous. Not me, dude. My penis and balls are so perfect looking right now because of the products at Manscaped that it kind of looks like a vagina. It almost looks like I'm transit because the vagina is beautiful genitalia, penis and balls, not so much. But with Manscaped, it kind of looks like I have a vagina. Manscaped.com/chaos, 20% off the products. I'm telling you, the perfect package. By the way, the perfect package kit comes with the Essential Lawnmower 3.0. That's the Lawnmower 3.0 is, I constantly rebuy it. It's waterproof, cordless body trimmer, and a ton of other liquid formulations to round out your grooming routine. So you need to get this perfect package. First of all, it's a great gift for, your dad or your husband or your boyfriend, or, even if you think, even if you're dating a woman who's a little hairy, go to Manscaped. It works on women's hair, but it's just, we think men are usually hairier. But 20% off plus free shipping, because a lot of these companies, they say, oh, we get a discount, but then you got to pay for the shipping. Not Manscaped. 20% off plus free shipping. Manscaped.com/chaos. That's CHAOS. I'm telling you, it's the best thing you'll ever do. Keep the balls clean, keep them free, keep them open. That's what I do. The Lawnmower 3.0, best thing, no more Bush. We voted Bush out years ago. He's not coming back now. Get rid of the bush. It's not bush season. Summer's coming up. You need a nice, trim, bald eagle. Manscaped.com/chaos, 20% off.
You gotta get avocado toast here with poached eggs.
Yeah.
Gotta get the breakfast burrito.
Well, here's the thing. I would have ordered avocado.
I'm a New Yorker that's been made into a West Coast dude. It's weird. I've been here so long, and now I'm in Texas, but I'm going to be back here a lot. I've been here so long.
You're going to be back here 180 days a year.
Right. I've learned. Hashtag IRS. But I've learned that, there's certain things you can get here, and there's certain things you can get when you go back to New York.
Here's the thing. I would have
You can't get avocado. You go to New York, have avocados. You're like, what happened?
I would have gotten avocado toast, but I don't want my father to call me again today.
No,
as soon as I wake up, he's just yelling it at me. So, that's the thing. But this made us think of you, Timmy. Instagram star cat is killed in horror daylight attack on owner in New York City Park. We think of your cat that you always post pictures of. This freaking cat was killed. What was it? Dragged on a leash? You said, Pippi?
A bunch of people, I think, tried to steal it. It had a heart attack and died.
It's horrifying.
Wait a minute. Wait, what?
Yeah, they're trying to steal this cat. Why did they try to steal it?
I have no idea. I guess because it's famous.
It's Ponzu. Oh, the cat is famous.
Yeah. An Instagram famous cat was pretty much murdered in Central Park.
Yeah,
dude, was it with its owner?
Yeah, it was with its owner, and then it's his owner.
Are they going to do anything about the crime over there? Because it seems to be a little bit
in New York.
They're killing cats.
They're killing. Yeah,
there's a problem.
Well, here's the thing.
They're killing cats in the park.
Well, here's the thing. On my group chat,
I think if everyone agrees on it, it's okay.
Yeah, well,
you shouldn't kill a cat. I think if you agree to it, you should be able to kill a cat.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, the other day I sent a text to my friend who's a cop because they were, there was potentially going to be some riots and protests, and I said, "Are you guys are you okay if there's a riot and protest? Just please be careful." He goes, "I'm ready," and then sends me a picture of a loaded gun. So I was like, "Okay, yeah, there you go." So that's how the cops.
We're in a good place.
Yeah.
I think we're in a good place, and I'm excited about the future.
No. One of my other cop friends was shining one of his police batons. He was like, "I can't wait to go to the protest this summer." I said, "There you go. There you go."
It's a good place, and
New York City. We need the police. I understand that there needs to be reform. Everybody who's a normal person understands that. But, we can't not have a city. New York City needs to have police.
Wait, no, you don't think it's a good idea to have a world where rich people hire ex-CIA agents to protect them outside of their houses, who are accountable to no one, by the way.
Right.
And ex-military,
Sure.
private security people, and then poor people are just handed, like, they are at the mercy of criminals who are supposedly stopped by social workers. You don't think that's a good idea? You don't think that's a good idea?
You know what? If you want to get a live look at it, go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, because that's yeah.
I mean, the whole thing is like, I mean, I'm crying as I eat this.
It looks horrible.
I just wanted to know, like, I thought there'd be avocado toast. I thought I'd come up. And listen, my fee for the show is $18,000, and it's paid in Bitcoin. It's paid in Bitcoin. But no, we all know the cops need to reform. I think you need to demilitarize them. The quota system's fucked. There's a lot of problems. Hiring's fucked. Trainings, like there's all kinds of issues. There are social reasons for crime. The economy sucked. We shut down the country for a year.
For too long.
People are desperate.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there that are obviously responding to a situation where it is near impossible to earn money for certain, you know, if you do not have a job where you could work on the internet and you couldn't get unemployment for whatever reason, you're starving.
Right.
And then those people unfortunately have to turn to doing shit like that. But there are a group of people out there that are criminals that quite like to commit crime, like they're just enjoy it. They want to engage in that behavior and get things that other, and that's historically forever ever been the case. It will never be a world or a society without those people. So you have to do something with them. The idea that you can cure everybody or that you can make everybody not embrace that is just a Pollyanna-ish, kind of very loftish idea. Yeah, it's just not going to work.
Crime is fun. I mean, you know, you want a little. It's not.
I love crime.
It's nice to. Dude,
I
it's
used to
nice.
steal a juice every day from the food emporium on 8th Avenue before I got on my tour bus. And I would drink it while I looked for other things. When I was in mortgages, these are all food-related crimes. When I was in mortgages, I would, while they were making my sandwich at Suburban Eats Deli in Melville, I would eat a piece of pizza on the line and throw it out before I got to the register.
Smart.
I have no issue with the criminal class. I get it. Well,
No, I agree. I mean, some of the most fun times I had in my childhood was being around.
And I got away with it because I'm a white man.
Now, have you been arrested?
I was arrested for driving a suspended license. I was put in jail
Which is such a bullshit
for
rule.
a few hours.
It's such a bullshit rule. Even if you're like a law-abiding citizen, if you have a suspended license, the police have no choice. It gets like a red flag sent up the flagpole to like their top superiors. If they don't arrest you, then they get in trouble. It's such a weird, stupid rule.
I was indignant. And then the cop goes, "You know how many times your license suspended?" No. And he goes, "At 20, I stopped looking." I went, "Oh, well,
Yeah.
I guess I will go to jail now."
Yeah. Where'd you go? Nassau County?
Yeah, I went to a holding cell. I
Yeah.
sat next to a woman named Sasheen Mims.
Yeah.
Sasheen said, "Listen," she was in the cell next to me. She goes, "Listen," she goes, "I don't understand. I live at that address. How are they trying to get me on the home invasion?" And they said, "It says you let them in and you drove the getaway car." She goes like this. She goes, "All right." She goes, "I didn't do none of that, but all right." I got it. And just silence from her. And then I got bailed out, but
Yeah.
it was driving with a suspended license. I got popped.
Yeah. No, see, it's an interesting thing where, you know, pull up this thing, Pimp, that happened yesterday. Did you see this kid, the college professor who is now on leave because she said that the 18-year-old freshman was like, "Hey, I don't think all cops are bad people." And she started reaming this fucking kid. And yeah, this whole thing, yeah, this is it. So if you play this clip, because this was so, I thought, listen, I'm one of those people where it's like, I understand both sides, but it's like, this kid just seemed like.
Like, what is your main concern? Since, I mean, honestly, the whole reason police, I mean, it is systemic. The issue is systemic because the whole reason we have police departments in the first place, where did it stem from? What's our history? Going back to what Jeremy was talking about, what does it stem from? It stems from people in the South wanting to capture runaway slaves.
But pause that for a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean.
But there's police all over the world.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So use your own broken brain.
Yeah.
There's police all over the world.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, so are we as Americans?
These people would love police if police went around taking you out of your house if you said something online they didn't like.
Yeah.
By the way.
But,
so they would actually love police
Sure.
if they acted as thought police. They
Right.
would love that. They
would love that.
They would love and enforce because they like police as long as they work for Google.
Right.
And Twitter
Right.
and Facebook. They actually
Right.
love authoritarian structures as long as they're embedded
Sure.
and go at the targets that they think are worthy of being demonetized, deplatformed, or taken down, or anything like that. So, this anarchy that they seem to want. Well, they don't want it online, right?
No.
They don't want anarchy, and they don't want this freedom of thought and free exchange of information. They want a heavily regulated social sphere. They want a heavily regulated space, but what they don't want is any type of enforcement of laws. And I understand where they're coming from when they say things like this. There's a lot of, in the South, you would be ignorant to say that there were not a lot of white supremacists or Klan members that had infiltrated local police departments, which had then become a horrible thing. But to say that the reason in general for having police is that they are to catch runaways, when they are all over the world and they exist for the reason that anyone would imagine they exist, which is just to enforce laws. Otherwise, laws without enforcement aren't real. They don't make any sense, right? So the cops showing up to arrest you when you haven't paid your taxes or whatever, and you go to jail, like somebody who evaded taxes, without the idea that you would go to jail, and someone's got to take you to jail. You're not just going to show up.
Yeah.
So the idea that you will be, well, then the laws aren't real.
Right.
So why would you pay taxes? And why have a society, it's just crazy.
That's what I've
But
always...
this woman is just mediocre, and she's,
And you'll see, like...
She's a retard.
And when we play it again, this kid is just like, hey, I know that there's police reform.
Let's see what he says.
That's a thing, yeah.
Maybe they shouldn't be heroes. Maybe they don't belong on a kid's show.
So I disagree with what Jeremy said about it, because I think cops are heroes and they have to have a difficult job, but we have to have.
All of
That's
them?
also gay to be like cops are heroes. Why am I not constantly being interviewed on everything? I mean, doesn't that disturb you? It disturbs me. Yeah. Why is anyone allowed to talk except me? Because that's so gay. It's so easy to just shut her down. He's like, cops are heroes. I want to suck their cock. It's like, no.
That's not it.
I know a lot of cops that aren't heroes. Can we cut it? Stop with the hero shit, by the way.
Yeah.
No one's a hero. Nobody's a hero. Cops, nurses, military, firefighters. No one's a hero. We all have jobs.
Yes.
Stop with this horse shit. Heroes are from fictional narratives and books and odysseys and stuff. You're a hero when you fucking start doing it for free. It's your job. Yes, you saved a woman in a laundromat because you're an EMT. You're not a hero. Shut up. I hate this shit.
I hate it.
Heroes. Nurses. During Corona, they started acting like they had no idea anyone would get sick. You're a nurse. I'm sorry you didn't get to just hang around stealing Percocet and you had to do your fucking job. Who cares? These heroes enough.
Keep playing it.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's great.
I'd say a good majority of them. You have bad people in every business and every part. Well, wait.
Police officers have committed atrocious crimes and have gotten away with it and have never been convicted of any of it. And I say this as a person who has family members who are police officers.
Yes, I understand. And this is what I believe. This is my opinion. And this is, not popular to say, but I do support our police, and we have bad people, and the people that do bad things should be brought to justice. I agree with that. But I think that say it again.
They haven't.
Well, I agree with you on that point of they should, right?
Okay, so what is your bottom line point? You're saying police officers should be revered, viewed as heroes? They belong on TV shows with children?
I think they are heroes in a sense because they come to your need and they come and help you, and they have a problem just like every other business, but we should fix that.
God,
but it's two retards. It's two stupid people. He goes, the framing is never that the heroes. The framing is like, you don't think that order is necessary in a society. Who's to keep it? Do you think that rapists should go to jail? Then she goes, well, a lot of rapists don't go to jail. I go, yeah, but should they?
Yeah.
Right? Do you think that people should pay taxes? We were all voting to raise taxes, right? Should people pay taxes? Should people that murder people be allowed to live in society? Should people that commit crimes against children be allowed to live in a society? How do we deal with those people? The thing is not the cops are good people and they're heroes. This is simplistic stuff. But the country's over. And this is why, because it's like people are too stupid to articulate a point.
Yeah.
It's like
this podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. This is a online mental health therapy service that I actually use. Let me tell you something. In 2020, 2021, I mean, there's been a lot of things going on. We all need to get our mental health tuned up once in a while. I like to get tuned up. I like to get tuned up moving the vegetables a little bit. I like to get tuned up on a little edibles and then talk to my therapist. What I like about BetterHelp is that it's all like discreet. You talk to the therapist online. You don't have to worry about sitting in the office and, worrying like, oh, are these problems that I'm telling this person, is the people in the waiting room going to hear this? You don't have to do any of that. It's all online at your own discretion. Highly trained mental health professionals. Millions of people are getting help by this. And so many people, so many of, the fans out there, you guys will message me, what do I do for my anxiety? I get those messages all the time. What do I do for my anxiety because of the Anxiety Tuesday? I'm telling you, I do BetterHelp. That's what I do. I go to betterhelp.com and I talk to my therapist, and it's been doing it for a few months now, and it's really helping me. And you guys are going to get a discount. BetterHelp.com/chaos. That's BetterHelp.com/chaos. 10% off your first month. So do that. Use the promo code. It really helps me. I know it'll help you. BetterHelp.com/chaos. 10% off. And it's just great. I can't tell you how many times I'm in a therapy session and, I get off the phone and I call my mom and I say, I love you. And then she says, love you. And then I book another therapy session. Because if she doesn't put the I in front of love you, then I don't think she really loves me. And my therapist helps me understand that that's okay. BetterHelp.com/chaos. Here we go. Transcend Labs. I love CBD. You know I'm Chrissy CBD. I've been really working on my anxiety a lot, and this has helped me so much. The two things in my life that have helped me the most get my anxiety down are CBD and not going to church. Those are the two things. Once I got Jesus out of my life and CBD into it, the whole life changed. Transcend Labs is the one that we've been using. Pimp gave me some that we're doing the Chris and Eddie show and on my Patreon, and we started taking these products, and I was like, wow, let's get these guys involved because Transcend Labs, there's a lot of CBD products out there, let's be honest, but they're voted number one CBD product. Transcend Labs is voted number one by LA Weekly. So that's pretty big. LA Weekly's pretty big. I mean, I'm in LA right now. Are they going to be voted one in New York Weekly? Probably. New York Weekly going to give them number one too when I bring the news back to New York City. But I'm telling you, Transcend Labs, this CBD product was legit. I know there's a lot of CBD to choose from. Transcend Labs is just dope. I've taken it. I was so anxious to take it at first, and it's done nothing but help my anxiety and drive my anxiety almost to zero, and I feel good. I mean, I've been going to the gym, working out. It's been awesome. I've just, I don't know. I'm so calm I may come out of the closet to my dad sooner than later. I don't know. All you got to do is go to transcendlabs.com. That's TranscendLabs.com and enter the code Chrissy D. Okay, not chaos. You got to enter the code Chrissy D, which is CHRISSYD at checkout. And guess what? You're going to get 50% off your order. So 50% off your order, you might as well try it. It's 50% off if you just put the promo code CHRISSYD, CHRISSYD, transcendlabs.com. Number one CBD, voted number one. Visit transcendlabs.com and enter the code CHRISSYD. I'm telling you, this is one that is really going to help you out. If you've never tried CBD, try it out. If you're a CBD connoisseur, then, just use this one too, because I'm telling you, this is the one that I've been using. It's the one that works, and I haven't stuck it up my butt yet, but the night is young. I know North Korea now is warning the U.S. will face a grave situation because Biden made a big blunder in the recent speech by calling North Korea a security threat or whatever, and I'm like, good, dude.
Well,
it's time to nuke us.
They keep talking shit. He's like a bad battle rapper. He keeps talking shit. He never does anything.
Yeah.
He fires missiles that barely work into the Pacific and shit. He's out of his mind. He did, listen, you're not going to do anything. We'll nuke the shit out of you. It's just the only thing we could do is kill you. We're not going to do anything good, but we're probably not going to help our people all that much, but we will destroy you. I mean, we could destroy the world. I think that it's 30 times over. I forget the
No, more than that. It's got to be more than that.
Russia's
got submarines. Russia's got nuclear submarines now. They could shoot a nuke from 10,000 feet underneath the ocean surface.
AI.
Oh, AI. They're not even manned.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where Russia's at.
Yeah.
And we're doing this with the Zoom calls.
It almost feels like a waste if we don't just have the big one eventually.
Yeah.
Not when I'm on Earth, but like right as I'm old and getting ready, like just a big one.
Yeah.
Just like all the technology being used.
Hits it.
You know?
Dude, every episode we read a little excerpt from a book called The 48 Laws of Power. You ever read this, puppy?
I know Luis Gomez loves it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He loves it.
Oh, he does. This one, we thought this is the one for you. Law 34. Here we go. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. The way you carry yourself will often determine how you are treated. In the long run, appearing vulgar or common will make people disrespect you. For a king respects himself and inspires the same sentiment in others. By acting regally and confident of your powers, you make yourself seem destined to wear a crown. Timmy's regal.
Well, no, and look how well it's worked, everybody. Look how well it's worked.
Yes. There
Treated
you go.
like a king, right here, eating out of styrofoam.
Yeah, just eating out of
Treated like a king. Would it have killed him to get a little avocado toast, a little fresh crab? Would it have killed him? Would it have killed him to get a breakfast burrito? Would it have killed him to do a spread? But no, I'm eating like a single mother at a bodega dragging her child to an underfunded public school, which I support. I support mothers and I support schools.
That's it. This whole thing is about, this whole book is about, this whole chapter I'm going to say is about Christopher Columbus. Did you know Christopher Columbus?
A good man who did nothing wrong.
Did nothing wrong. He wasn't even an ocean captain.
He just acted like it.
No, he just went to the King of Portugal and presented a case that was so wild and he demanded so many things. He at one point demanded from the Queen of Spain to say, hey, whatever lands I find, I own 10% of them. If that clause wasn't, if she didn't cross out that part of the fine print on the contract, he would still, to this day, the Columbus family would be the richest people in the world by far.
Wow.
He would own 10% of legitimate countries now.
Right.
But what this chapter says about him is that he was the son of a cheese merchant, but he said, I'm the oceanic admiral of the sea. He came up with wild titles, and people loved him so much. The Queen loved him so much. Queen of Spain was like, you know what? This guy's fucking nuts. He's out of his mind. It's entertaining. Let him go on the voyage. We'll give him the money. But he just presented himself, they're saying, as this guy who knows everything, and he carried himself with such class and all these facts, and he got what he wanted in the end. So they're basically saying, fake it till you make it. That's what this book is saying, is just fake it till you make it in this chapter.
Yeah, I think there's a fair amount of that you have to do, right? I mean, there's a fair amount of that we all have to do. It's just, if whatever you want, you got to figure out how to get good at it. But while you get good at it, you can't make everyone else suffer.
No.
So you can't make everyone else suffer. So you got to try to act like the thing, I guess.
And he says, ask for less, and less is what you'll get. So you can't act like a fucking pig. You can't conduct yourself like a pig all the time, because then you're just going to get treated like a pig.
Well, yeah.
But I love pigs. Pigs are very smart. That's
I
why
think
I stopped eating bacon.
A lot of people, unless you're a royal pig. Have you ever seen a pig that's royal?
What do you mean?
There are regal pigs.
Interesting.
Yeah, there are regal pigs.
What do you mean,
They win state fairs.
Yes.
They win county fairs.
Yeah.
They escape slaughter.
I was at the New York State Fair up in Syracuse, New York, 5 years ago with Mike Cannon, good friend of the show, Mike Cannon, and we watched a pig race. And the announcer, in front of all these people, the announcer had named the pigs. He said, this is, Hammy, whatever. This is, Bacon Bits, all cute pig names. And then he goes, and then he was like, and then this pig number 7, its name is Caitlyn Jenner. And the whole crowd went nuts and started clapping and laughing. And I was just like, wow, we're in Syracuse.
Yeah.
I was just, it was like time stood still. I was like, it was just when she had announced coming out. Now, will she get your vote for governor of California if you're living here for more than 181 days?
Probably.
She will. Okay, good.
And I'll tell you why.
Please do.
She's a Republican trans murderer.
Yes.
And that, somebody who's killed someone. I feel like she brings a unique skill set. And I would like to see what she does.
This is big news yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Caitlyn Jenner said yesterday, if you're a biological boy, you shouldn't be in girls' sports.
She's going to be the Candace Owens of trans people, and I'm here for it.
Here for it.
I'm ready to see it.
Well,
if you want diversity, all these people say they want diversity, they don't want diversity.
No, of course not.
If you want actual diversity, you need a country club trans bitch like Caitlyn Jenner who says, shut the fuck up. Like, I wrote a thing once where she goes, I don't care about fucking bathroom laws. I got 19 bathrooms in my fucking house. Because I thought Trump should pick her for his VP.
Yeah, that
and
would've been
she
great.
would just be like, that would have been great. Like, but if you want real diversity, you need somebody like Caitlyn Jenner to just go out and be an out of touch country club trans bitch who doesn't fucking care.
Yeah.
Who goes, I am great. I have won gold medals. I'm a fucking Olympian. If you can't make it in this country, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And if you're a biological boy, you shouldn't be in girls' sports. It is what it is. That's the way I feel. And if you don't like it, fuck you. Because then, whether it's right or wrong, you have ideological diversity in that community.
Right.
You have villains and heroes, good and bad, enemies, whatever. And obviously, to some people, she'll be a hero, some a villain.
Sure.
But that's what you need. You cannot have just a small group of ideologically, what's the word I'm looking for when everybody thinks the same thing?
Utopian, homogenous.
Homogenous.
Yeah.
You don't want that. You need a Caitlyn Jenner in that community. So I think it's great that she's.
My father loves her. My father said if he was a resident in California, he would vote for 100%. He'd vote for her, he said.
Yeah, I think we're all getting on the Caitlyn train. I mean,
Yeah.
I am. I mean, I'm going to use my platform to advocate for Caitlyn Jenner.
Yes.
I don't know if that'll help her or not, but I plan on throwing my full support.
I think it would.
Behind Caitlyn Jenner for governor of California.
Because she's fun. Like, Tim,
Absolutely.
you like a person that's fun. I remember one time it was me, you, we were hanging out with the great Sal Volcano. We were at his house, and my daughter, who was 4 years old at the time, you came in and you said, hi, Delilah, my name's Tim Dillon. I'd like to sell you a pool. And then you made up a mortgage company and you said, I work for this mortgage company. We get you the pool you want. And she just looked at you. She just looked at you with the Elsa doll, not knowing what to do. And you said, you know what I like about you, Delilah? You're fun. You said, at least you're fun. And I said, Tim likes somebody who's just fun.
I like fun.
And Caitlyn's fun. And I remember Delilah.
She's fun.
And Delilah was like, she was like, even yesterday when you were here yesterday, she was like, when's Tim coming back? She said that to us this morning. I said, he's going to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I like fun people. Life is too short.
Yeah.
There's miserable, tedious people. You can tell the woman talking about the cops. It's like, it's not even her ideas are shit. But beyond that, she's a miserable, tedious person who you have to suffer through. You have to get through them. Yeah. And that is when, like...
It's a bit of narcissism, too, right, on this woman. Like, she's like, oh, I love my,
Well, there's inherent in everything she says is the idea that she's actually figured it all out.
Right.
That the entire world is wrong except for her. That, that civilization happened kind of by accident.
Right.
And that she needs to unravel it and come up with her own idea. This is implicit in a lot of what people say that haven't had any meaningful life experiences outside of classrooms or outside of, the idea or outside of the internet, truly.
Well, that's why, and I've said it on stage, and I think I get a lot of it from my father and the family I grew up in is, people need to get punched in the face. Eliminating violence in a society. I'm not saying you should be decapitated because you have a point of view. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying you should hit, people are like, oh, you can't hit your kids in public. It's like, why?
Right.
Fucking light them up.
Right.
Do you want them to listen? Do you want these people to be good people? Because all this stuff that's happening is you're going to get more of this, which is getting boring. It was fun to see a kid get lit up in in the grocery store. I remember my friend Richie got punched in the face by his mother right in the middle of the A&P. Yeah. And I remember, he was dropping, a whole can of like baked beans fell out, and I helped him. I was putting them back in, and it was fun. And then 5 minutes later, guess what? Richie Richie's in Joe and John's Pizzeria on Myrtle Avenue with an ice pack on his head.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But Richie never got out of fucking line again. You know?
Right.
My father used to throw full uppercuts at me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not
Yeah.
talking about, I'm talking about a professional full uppercut, and you'd have to dodge and weave him, and sometimes I got hit. He actually connected with me once. My father hit me one time and one time only. I got knocked out because I was disrespecting my mother.
My father punched me square in the face once. I was ditching school. I saw his car. I was with my friend. We were high, really stoned, like we were in like 8th grade, and he just pulled up and got out of his car and went up and just decked me in the face. And
That's what happens.
Yeah. And then my friend's mother, friend I was with, said to me, she goes, your father did such a great job with you. Can he come and punch Shay?
Yes.
Yes.
What it is.
So that's like, yeah.
Well, and it needs to happen. You know,
Yeah.
I was talking disrespect to my mom, called her a bitch or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, she says, hey, listen, I'm going to tell your father. I said, good, because I thought who the hell I was.
Right.
Next thing you know, she calls
Right.
my dad. My dad comes and picks me up. He goes, I heard what you said to your mother last night.
Yeah.
He goes, you called her a bitch, huh? I go, yeah, well, she was doing this, doing that. He goes, yeah, no, I know. And then, boom,
Yeah.
just hits me. And he goes, you see? He goes, you're using man words. You're a man, right? He goes,
Right.
you call a man calls a woman that,
Yeah.
you're going to get hit
Right.
by another man. He said, so if you want to be a man, you can keep using those words, but understand every time you talk to her like that,
Yeah.
I'm going to punch you in the face.
Right.
And then I got a little smelling salt. We woke up. And, you know,
Right.
we went on. Then I
and
went
then
to
he went
Joe
home
John's.
and punched her because she was being a bitch. And that's what a man does.
That's what a man does.
That's what a family man does.
Real quick, what do you do? We have an Anxiety Tuesday segment. By the way, this podcast, eventually we're going to get rid of the segments. I mean, I feel like, you know, we should probably stop doing the segments at some point, but we're only 13 episodes in. But we have an Anxiety Tuesday segment on this podcast where we talk about mental health, what you do to help your mental health in a positive way. Do you do anything? Do you have an affirmation, or do you meditate, or do you walk? What do you do?
When I get anxious
Yeah.
and when I feel like things aren't going well for me, and I feel like I'm feeling panicky.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is literally, and I'm recommending this to everyone because, and I'm not joking. I'm not even kidding. And you go, oh, he's going to have a joke at the end of this. But I'm dead serious about this. Literally, when I feel like I can't go on anymore, I do something which people do, and I didn't even know that it helped anxiety. And it's called heroin. I do heroin.
Yes.
And it is so helpful to me because you're in a state of euphoria. Your eyes roll back in your head and you're kind of like not even on the planet anymore, and you feel like you're floating. And it's been described as the most intense orgasm you've ever had times 1,000,000, right?
Wow.
It's just endless feelings of euphoria, true euphoria, that you can't really get from walking or meditating. You can't get to there. Like a lot of people say you can, they're full of shit. Heroin, black tar, China white, whatever it is, you have to shoot it, and you can't skin pop.
Okay.
You have to mainline. So you have to find a vein.
Yes.
And then you have to inject it deep into your vein.
Okay.
But here's how good it is. Halfway through the injection, it's over. And then sometimes you don't even have the strength to pull the needle out of your hand. So you just kind of lay like that with the needle, and then you're like, you fidget with it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's what I do.
That's what you do.
And I suggest that to everyone that's feeling even mildly upset
Got it.
about what's going on. If you do heroin, if you mainline heroin into your vein, not skin pop. Skin pop is bullshit. That's vaccine shit, like skin pop. Mainline it deep in that vein. You will truly get to a place that you've never gotten to.
There you have it, dude. Tim says heroin for that. And that's probably the best Anxiety Tuesday answer we've ever had, and the only thing that actually works. I mean, delete your dumb apps, right?
Yeah, whatever. What did Nikki Glazer talking about? Sam Harris's meditation app?
Yeah, no.
Do heroin.
No, do heroin.
Do
heroin, yeah.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
I'm a big fan, and every prediction you've had for the last year has come true.
Yeah.
So what do you predict for this summer? What are you feeling for America this summer?
A mix of good and bad.
Okay.
A mix of people are out, they're fucking, they're happy, crime is spiking, people are getting shot. It has a little vibe of the 70s, which kind of felt like that, which was like there is crime, but there's also fucking and fun. I think you see a mix of that. And I think my long-term prediction is that this last year has kind of reshaped people's sense of vulnerability, and I think that they are going to, I think long term, what coronavirus does, the whole COVID-19 pandemic, is number one, a whole lot of nothing. A lot of things will return to the same. But I think if it does anything, you might see more risky behavior. And I know that seems kind of maybe counterintuitive, but I think people are maybe going to internalize this as like, hey man, I could have fucking died. Like, I think you do see people go out there and have more sex. I think they do more wild shit. I think they realize that life is not supposed to be a passive activity, that they go out and do some wild shit. So I think you see that this summer and going forward. And I also think that also coincides with probably some spikes in crime and some migration issues, people moving different places, figuring things out.
Sure.
I think the suburbs are coming back a little bit. I think cities are potentially going to be, less appealing to people. And then what I think will happen is prices may drop. Young people may move into the cities. You might see a lot more art coming out. You might see more architects taking big risks, because I think commercial real estate might be in a little bit of trouble. People might be working from home, at least part-time. Right. That means that you could redesign some of these cities' public spaces, cool buildings, reinvent these commercial buildings. I think it'll end up being a good thing, but I do think that like people are going out again. And they're going to have fun again. And I think they're also going to, because fun, you hit a line with fun where fun also becomes destructive. And that's going to be very interesting. Right. So that to me is going to be, that's when I talk about risky behavior. I think that like there is something very interesting about a group of people that have been cooped up for a year. It's hard as a gay person. Gay people never stop fucking. Right. They didn't care. None of them, like few of them, the ones online cared. But the reality is
nobody cared.
Yeah, it was less. But it was like straight people, I haven't come in 9 months. Like that was not a thing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to a group of people who are cooped up, who then just go out in the world. I think you're going to see a lot of fun, exciting, destructive decisions.
Do you find that, are you coming to a point in your life where maybe you want to settle down, you want to find a husband, or you don't want that?
Not right now. Not right now.
Kids? You think maybe one day kids, or you're not the kids guy?
I like having sex with adults.
Yes.
And I know as a comedian that's rare because but I'm kidding.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
Vinny was saying she knows a lovely guy in New York. She was like, I think Tim would be perfect for this guy. But
but it's never going to work.
It's never going to work. That's what I. No.
It's got to be like a 23-year-old college lacrosse player.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work. Maybe the guy she's cheating on me with will work.
Yeah, I mean that would work.
That would work. A handsome kid.
No, but like I that down the line.
Okay.
Let's have a little fun this summer.
Let's have a little. That's what I'm saying. Let's have a little fun this summer.
That's the reality.
Pimp said the West Village looks like Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Again. So he said it's fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. That's hopeful. That's positive.
And also, one more thing. Did you see Alex Jones is saying there's a coming fake alien invasion?
Yes, we talked about this yesterday in the pool. Remember, I told you.
Interesting. He might not be wrong.
Yeah, that you will see aliens this year, maybe even this summer, to go along with the fun, but they're going to be government psyops. It's not, they look like aliens, they'll appear like aliens, but it's actually, United States, Russia, China making these things for some type of global conspiracy, according to Alex Jones. Who knows?
Well, hey.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Well, here's the thing. If some of them come down and start doing podcasts, we're fucked. If they want to do podcast, if they want to start doing stand-up, then there'll be what are some of these?
I would like nothing more than to lose my job to an extraterrestrial.
Yeah, that would be. Oh, imagine they get here and even they're racist. How funny! they're picking the same sides. I was like, oh Jesus, that would suck.
Like you sit down, you're like, all right, so you're a higher dimensional being. What do you have to say? And you go, Derek Chauvin. You're like, God, no, God.
Where can people see you, Tim?
Tim J. Dillon on Instagram and Twitter. The Tim Dillon Show on YouTube every week.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sure, all the fans
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, thanks for coming out. And Chrissy Comedy, ChristyComedy.com. If you want more fun, it's at patreon.com/Chrissy Comedy. That's where the Christians go. We do a lot of extra content there. And then I'm back on the road this summer. We just released tickets for Fox Theater in Foxwoods, October 23rd. So go get the tickets. Homeless Pimp, Vinny's, one of my kids. She's out of the pool. They're out of the pool.
Homeless Pimp is in 80s hip-hop pants.
Dude,
right
Homeless
now.
Pimp is great.
He's
Oh,
in
yeah.
80s fucking. He's in like salt and pepper.
This is all he
hip-hop
wears.
Pants.
This is all he wears. Adult swim shirt. There you go.
God bless him.
All right, Tim. I'm sorry about the bagel.
Thanks,
All right, later.
brother.